Archangel Michael says, what you are about to discover will leave you shaken. This is not a coincidence. This is not a dream. For the last 7 days, someone has been tracing your footsteps without your knowledge. They've been closer to you than your own reflection. In the shadows, behind closed doors, and through eyes you never suspected, they were watching. You thought you were alone in that supermarket aisle. You thought the bump on the sidewalk was accidental. But now, the truth is crawling into the light. This person has watched you smile, cry, hesitate, and trust the wrong people. They noted everything. And now, they are stepping forward with undeniable proof. Blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, the next hour is critical. Because this moment was never supposed to reach you. But something divine intervened. This hidden person has photos you never posed for. They have recordings you never knew were taken. They have words you spoke when your guard was down. A woman with dyed red hair received the first package. A man in a gray hoodie passed it to a courier. And now, the envelope with your name is sitting beneath a heavy stack of documents on a polished wooden desk. 7 days ago, your life was normal, or so it seemed. The first day, they followed you silently. They didn't take photos, only observed. Blessing 999. The second day, they stood closer. They were behind you in line, pretending to check their phone. But the camera was already rolling. By the third day, they had accessed something personal. Something they shouldn't have, your trash, your receipts, your forgotten coffee cup. DNA doesn't lie, and neither will what comes next. On the fourth day, they recorded a conversation you had with someone you trusted. That person had no idea they were being baited. But now, their words have been twisted into something else. By the fifth day, a larger group became involved. What started with one person grew into 3. Their goal? Uncover the deepest truth about you, and use it. Blessing 444. The sixth day was crucial. Because they entered a space no one should enter without permission. Your personal space, your energy, your home. They wore gloves. They moved fast. They left something behind, a small pinhole camera that's no longer there. On the 7th day, something unexpected happened. You looked over your shoulder. And in that split second, they knew the game was almost over. They didn't disappear. They escalated. They stepped forward, with trembling hands and a shaking voice. Blessing 222. What they carry is not just a flash drive or a folder. It is a timeline of betrayal. It is a diary of shadows. You are about to see screenshots of messages you never sent. You'll hear audio clips of your voice twisted into things you never said. Because someone is using artificial tools to make you look guilty. They were waiting for the perfect moment to release it. To ruin your reputation. To crumble your foundation. But heaven stepped in. Because Archangel Michael says, no darkness can prevail without being revealed first. And this message is the divine interruption. Blessing 777. Now listen closely, because things are moving fast. The hidden person is no longer hiding. They're on their way to confront you, not to harm, but to confess. They didn't start this mission. They were hired. Paid in silence, fed with lies. But your light disturbed them. Your aura made them pause. And now, guilt is eating them from within. They know something massive is coming. The legal papers are already drafted. Your name is printed beside false accusations. Blessing 111. They were instructed to strike at the right time. To wait until your guard was down. To bring the storm to your door while you sleep peacefully. But now, they've decided to expose everything. Every name. Every hidden face. You'll be shocked to find who is behind it. Someone you smiled with. Someone who once hugged you tightly and whispered, "I've got your back." You never imagined this person could betray you. But jealousy is a silent beast. And envy burns colder than ice. Blessing 555. They were promised power. They were promised your place. They believed if they removed you, they'd be chosen. But heaven doesn't reward deception. Now the proof is shifting. Now the game is reversing. You'll be handed a letter soon. It will contain words written by trembling hands. It's an apology, but also a warning. Inside, you'll see timestamps. You'll see screen recordings. You'll see who contacted who and for what reason. This proof will shake your reality. Because you'll realize how long you've been surrounded by wolves in soft wool. They smiled, but their teeth were sharp. Blessing 666. But do not panic. Archangel Michael says, you have always been protected. Even when you didn't know what was watching you, heaven did. And now that the watchers are exposed, they are running. Some are deleting files. Others are changing phone numbers. But it's too late. The folder has already been duplicated. And you are about to receive your copy. This isn't just an exposure. It's a spiritual reckoning. Heaven allowed the darkness to build, so it could be destroyed in one final blow. Blessing 818. There's a reason why you were chosen to receive this message. You were never meant to walk blind forever. You are stepping into your clarity now. Your instincts were not wrong. That strange feeling? That gut twist? That sudden urge to look behind? It was divine interference. Even the camera glitch. Even the flickering light. Even that unknown number that never spoke, now you know. Prepare yourself. The hidden person has stepped out of the shadows and is walking toward you. They are not empty-handed. Blessing 121. They carry truth. They carry guilt. They carry the final puzzle piece. When they hand it to you, breathe. Do not react in fear. Do not question why. It will all make sense. You were being followed, yes. But you were never alone. Heaven assigned a watcher to protect you, too. And now your defender will rise. Documents will be leaked. Voices will be heard. Those who tried to destroy you will now be publicly revealed. Their faces will be associated with lies. Yours will glow with the light of survival. Blessing 131. You will sit across a table soon. Someone will try to negotiate silence. But Archangel Michael says, your truth is not up for sale. You were followed for 7 days. But the trail they left behind is burning. And the fire will cleanse the falsehoods. Stand tall. Hold your peace. And accept the proof that's being placed into your hands now. Archangel Michael says, this will be your greatest awakening. The shadows cannot harm you anymore. You are being lifted. The proof was never meant to hurt you. It was meant to prepare you. To awaken your power and break every chain. The person who steps forward will cry. Not from victory, but regret. And that regret will make your name rise above the noise. This moment marks your transformation. From target to witness. From watched to awakened. Now breathe. Stay grounded. Everything you need is arriving. This is your moment. The watcher is stepping out. The proof is in motion. And your name will be cleared. Your power will be restored. Your purpose is unfolding in divine timing. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They thought you wouldn't survive the shame. They planned for you to collapse, to retreat into silence. But instead, heaven is using their scheme to elevate your name. The dark rooms where they met, whispering, have now been exposed. The phone call they placed last night, recorded. The transaction they made to frame you, traced. They never imagined the person they hired would have a change of heart. But Archangel Michael says, your energy shifted something in their soul. They saw the goodness in you and began to question their own role. Now, they're coming forward not just as a witness, but as a whistleblower. They know they may lose their safety. But they believe your truth deserves to be seen. Blessing 535. A meeting will be requested soon. It won't come through normal channels. It'll be a cryptic message, a neutral location, no phones allowed. They don't want eyes on this exchange. Because the information they hold could destroy reputations. Not just of strangers, but of people in high places. One of the names on the list will stun you. This is someone whose voice you heard in your childhood. Whose smile once gave you comfort. They were supposed to protect you. But instead, they watched you get attacked and stayed silent. Until now. A new name will surface, connected to a powerful organization. They helped orchestrate the 7-day surveillance. And they were ready to escalate if not stopped by divine hands. Blessing 717. The hidden person has made copies of everything. They encrypted the files and stored them in a place only you will be told. Because you are not just the victim here. You are the light bearer. They know your silence has been mistaken for weakness. But Archangel Michael says, your silence was divine restraint. And now, your roar will come through the documents handed to you. You will see emails with your name in the subject line. You will see photos of meetings behind closed doors. And you will see timelines that line up too precisely to deny. The person who steps out is no longer hiding. They are rushing, they are scared, but they are loyal to truth. They are being guided by angelic forces, pushed by dreams they can't explain. In those dreams, your face appears. Not as a target, but as a key. The key to unlock a door that was never supposed to open. Blessing 888. You may feel your heart race. You may feel your palms sweat. But this message is your confirmation. This is not a drill. There's a suitcase. It has been moved 3 times in the past week. Each time, a different person guarded it. Inside are contracts, wire transfers, voice notes, secret footage. Each one proves how far they went to twist your narrative. And how hard heaven worked to block the final blow. That suitcase is headed toward you now. It will not be delivered to your doorstep. You'll meet the messenger in a place that once brought you peace, perhaps your childhood park. Watch for the sign, 3 birds circling above you, a breeze stronger than usual, and a stranger looking nervous. They will ask if you're the one from the 7. You'll say yes, and they'll hand you the key. Because that suitcase is locked. And only you can open it without triggering the protection sequence. Yes, it's that serious. Blessing 444. They were willing to watch you suffer to save themselves. But now, the first domino has fallen. And a chain reaction of confessions is beginning. You will hear the truth in fragments. A voice memo here. A forwarded text there. One woman will approach you crying. Not because she was innocent. But because guilt finally caught up to her. She saw you as competition. She envied the way others were drawn to your spirit. So she agreed to be part of the setup. But when she saw your eyes one morning, she broke. She couldn't go through with it anymore. And now, she's the reason you're getting this message in time. Blessing 333. Heaven used even the ones who plotted against you to deliver your breakthrough. They were pawns in a divine game of reversal. Because the same people who were sent to curse you are now unlocking your blessings. Watch for a shift in energy over the next 48 hours. Strange coincidences will begin. Numbers will repeat, especially 111, 333, 717. You'll hear conversations behind your back starting to turn. Those who mocked you will suddenly go silent. Those who doubted you will start whispering your name again, but this time in awe. Because when truth emerges, even the darkest lies scatter. And your light has made their shadows panic. They're running out of time. The hidden person will ask for protection. They know this proof could spark retaliation. But Archangel Michael says, no weapon formed against truth will stand. You are being given divine authority. To speak, to act, to restore your name. And if you remain grounded, your story will become a global message of spiritual justice. Blessing 1111. You'll be asked to go public. A journalist will reach out discreetly. They'll have questions only you can answer. Don't rush. Don't speak too soon. Let the full file be revealed. Because what they planned for 7 days has a ripple that extends far beyond you. It connects to systems, people, and secrets you never imagined. And your voice could be the spark that lights the fire of change. You are not just reclaiming your peace. You are stepping into prophetic fulfillment. Your trials are becoming someone else's survival guide. Archangel Michael says, you were watched, yes. But not just by them. Heaven watched too, and kept every record. Now you will be the one handing out the truth. Now your name is being written in gold and heavenly scrolls. You chose peace when you could have chosen revenge. And because of that, the reward is greater than anything you imagined. New doors will open. New alliances will form. People will want to work with you, not out of pity, but respect. Because what was done in darkness could not bury your light. And your endurance became your testimony. Blessing 1212. Now breathe again. The fear is melting away. The anxiety is dissolving. In its place, clarity rises. Strength settles into your bones. And your purpose begins to shine like never before. You are no longer the one being followed. You are the one being revealed. And this revelation will shake every foundation that tried to silence your truth. This ends with your victory. This ends with them admitting what they did. This ends with your story being told, raw, real, and redemptive. Stand tall. Your proof is arriving. Your light is rising. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You are stepping into your vindication. No more hiding. No more wondering if you're crazy or paranoid. The truth is stronger than ever now. The chain that connected their every move is breaking apart. And your name is no longer wrapped in confusion. There will be moments ahead where people who never defended you before will start to ask for your forgiveness. They heard the rumors. Some even helped spread them. But when the evidence floods the light, they won't have room to pretend. They will be forced to admit they judged you too early. And some will fall silent from shame. The footage, the audio, the texts, they weren't supposed to be traced back. But divine fingerprints are all over them now. What they tried to erase has been backed up in heavenly archives. Blessing 9999. This next phase may feel overwhelming. You'll receive messages from unknown sources. People will act like they always believed in you, but you'll remember who stayed quiet. Don't be bitter. Archangel Michael says, your rise is not to prove a point, it's to fulfill your calling. The ones who turned their backs were necessary to filter your circle. The hidden person will reveal a detail that will drop your jaw. A location, a secret account, or a diary they were shown. Inside it, pages that mention you, days, months, even years ago. They didn't start watching you last week. They've been plotting longer than you ever realized. But the last 7 days were the final chapter of their secret script. The Watcher was told, wait for the weakness. That's when you strike. But your weakness never came. Instead, your energy pushed them into awakening. Blessing 313. That's why they're here now. Not to expose you, but to rescue the truth. To confess their part in what almost became your downfall. They are holding back tears. They've seen what your enemies are capable of. And they're terrified for you, but more terrified of keeping quiet. The hidden person knew that every second counted. That if they waited even a day longer, things would go public without your defense. That's why they rushed to intervene. They've walked away from the organization that hired them. They burned the contract. But they didn't destroy the evidence. Instead, they sealed it. protected it, and placed it in your hands. Blessing 747. Soon, your story will reach someone powerful. Someone in law. Someone in media. They will not only believe you, they will champion your case. Because they've seen stories like yours get buried. But not this time. You will be asked to testify, not in court, but in the court of the world's heart. Through your voice, others will rise. Others who were silenced before will finally speak. The chain reaction is divine. It begins with your breakthrough. And it ends with a cleansing of corruption. What they planned for evil has triggered a global uncovering. You were simply the doorway. The light that triggered the unraveling of many. Blessing 606. The hidden person will give you a code word. It will sound strange at first. But you'll find it in old messages from someone close to you. This person was involved too. They were the bridge. They acted like your friend, but reported everything you said. You'll feel your heart drop when you see their name. But Archangel Michael says, let the betrayal hurt for a moment, then let it go. Because their exposure is also your emancipation. You are no longer trapped in confusion. The veil is lifted. The whispers are gone. Now, everything is loud and clear. The plot, the pain, the puzzle, all revealed. And your place in this story? Chosen and protected. You will start to feel physical release soon. Shoulders lighter. Breath deeper. It's the weight of unspoken things leaving your body. The heaviness of suspicion is being replaced with the clarity of knowing. And the proof they thought would destroy you is saving you. Blessing 3131. Some may call it a coincidence. They'll try to rationalize why all this came out now. But deep down, you know the divine orchestrated the timing. Not a second too early. Not a minute too late. It came when you were finally strong enough to carry it. You won't collapse when you see the names involved. You won't scream when you hear the recordings. You'll inhale, smile softly, and whisper, I knew it. Because your spirit always knew. And now your mind is catching up. Everything inside you aligns with truth. Archangel Michael says, your redemption will be loud. But your revenge will be your peace. Because you don't need to retaliate when heaven fights for you. Blessing 2020. They tried to watch you fall. Now they'll be forced to watch you rise. Not behind the scenes, but on full display. You were followed for 7 days. But from this moment forward, you'll be followed by blessings, honor, and divine favor. Everywhere your name is spoken, respect will follow. Every eye that watched in secret will now see your success in public. Every lie whispered behind your back will now echo as your truth screams louder. And every hand that tried to pull you down will now reach out in apology. You were the light they feared. The light they tried to cover. But heaven's flame cannot be hidden. You are being called into rooms you never imagined. Given platforms you never applied for. Because your testimony is needed. This isn't just a personal victory. It's a prophetic one. And the evidence is the trumpet that starts your celebration. Archangel Michael says, you didn't break, so now, you'll be blessed beyond reason. Because when darkness watches a child of light and fails, that light multiplies. You'll soon notice strange energy shifting. Phones going silent. People avoiding your eye. That's because they've heard the news. The hidden one told their truth. And now the chain is snapping, one secret at a time. Blessing 5555. You are walking into your justice. Not just legal, but spiritual, emotional, and ancestral. What they tried to take, you're getting back tenfold. Your peace. Your respect. Your voice. They followed you to study your weakness. But all they found was your resilience. And that's what shattered their plans. Now let peace enter you. Let the final words sink in. You were watched. You were targeted. You were studied. But now you are crowned. Now you are rising. Now you are untouchable. Let them run. Let them panic. You no longer carry fear. You carry revelation. You carry divine armor. You carry a name heaven never forgot. You are more than a survivor. You are the message. And they will never forget what they tried, and failed, to do to you. This is your full confirmation. The hidden person stepped out. The proof is real. Your time has come. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.